Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about your grow lights. So as advertised, we're talking about everything grow lights and everything you need to have to make sure that you can nurse your seedlings along until you can plant them outside. Here we go. So I had alluded to this video in my previous video of the how-to for seed starting. If you didn't see that video, it's right up here. Go ahead and click on it, watch it, and then you can come back to this video. This video is for those gardeners that want to take the next step and start a lot of their seedlings indoors on their own. So you're cutting out the cost of having to go to a garden store and pick up your seedlings, or if you're a type of gardener that just wants to grow in bulk and you want to cut down on those seed costs as well. So there's a lot of information out there when it comes to grow lights. I'm going to simplify it as best as possible for you within this video. Okay, you can have 3 different types of grow lights. Okay, I'll get to those in a little bit, but specifically we are looking for certain numbers on the packages that will give you an indication that that is an okay grow light to use for your seedlings. 2 categories of numbers that you are most interested in are lumens and Kelvin. Lumens are how bright the light is. Kelvins are how the temperature is, or how it mimics the sun. For lumens, you want a number that is between 1500 and 2000. For Kelvin, we want 4500 to 6500. If it doesn't fall within those ranges, if it's on the underside of it, when you're looking at light bulbs and that type of stuff, that cannot be used, or it's not sufficient enough to be used as a grow light. With that being said, there are 3 types of grow lights that you can use for indoor seed starting. The first one is just your standard CFL light bulb. Okay, so similar to the ones that are right above me here that you can see in our light that's above our dining room table. What you're looking for is just making sure you hit those numbers. So the pro with that one is they're fairly inexpensive. Okay, they're pretty cheap. Doesn't cost a whole lot to get you started. So if you just have a few seedlings or a few little things that you want to get started, by all means go for it. The con is it will only illuminate or get on a small space. So whatever that light bulb is, it could be a bulb that's like this or like this, that is the area that will actually be beneficial for growing. So it's inexpensive, but it's only going to illuminate and help grow a very small space. The second one is like your tube or your LED lights. That's the ones that I use here at my home. A little bit more expensive, but it gives you LEDs, which are cheap energy saving lights, and it gives you a little bit more surface area to cover as well. I'll show you those in a little bit as we get through this video. The last type of grow light that you can possibly purchase is what I call the budget buster. So that is the top of the line. That is your Cadillac, your Lamborghini, your Ferrari. You can find those at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, all the big box stores. Those are the top of the line. They will be at the high end of the lumens and the Kelvin range. And those are the ones that you really don't have to worry about on how you set them up. If you decide to go with option 1, so the CFL or just your normal light bulb, or 2, the LED or tube lighting, there is another requirement that you have to have when you're growing your seeds. Just because they don't have the intensity as, say, that top of the line one, we need to keep that light as close to our seedlings as possible, roughly 2 to 3 inches from the top of those leaves at all times. So it requires a little bit more, but it's not that crazy if you have it set up. So if it starts, you the plants, and then you have your lights. As the plants grow, you're gonna have to slowly just keep raising your lights up until you get them to where they need to be, where you can actually harden them off and then transplant them outside. So that is the only caveat with options 1 and 2. It does require a little bit more work, but I have had huge success with it, growing with LEDs for the last 3 or 4 years. So as you can see here, when I'm talking about how close or the proximity, so this is about a fingerlet. This is probably a little bit too low. What we do is we need to raise this up just a couple more inches. I'll probably do that in the next day or two. These are actually all of my eggplant that I started literally probably 10 days ago. So you can see they're doing really well. I have a thermometer here because they're on a heat mat. But this is just to give you a setup of where they are. Got my cherry trees that I'm growing there. Looks like a broccoli, a cauliflower plant that my daughter brought home from school, and then another cherry tree there. So as you can see, we kind of got them set up with some string and stuff through here that are just hanging from the ceiling. You can set it up however you want, but just be aware that as they grow, we need to slowly keep raising these up so we don't burn the plants. So if you are specifically looking for the grow lights that I have, I will link that down below. They are on Amazon. They're fairly inexpensive. Usually get about a 4 or a 6 pack for about 35 to 40 bucks. You can also get different lengths. I have both the 4-foot lengths and the 2-foot lengths because we do a lot of seed starting. We do a lot of our seeds indoors with grow lights as well. So there you have it. Hopefully it is less confusing for you when it comes to figuring out what you need to do for grow lights. I tried to keep it as simple as possible for all of you out there. I know there's a lot of things out there that gets very confusing. This one can be confusing, but hopefully my video here helped you out and help you on that path to make a decision of what you want to do. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Again, it helps my channel grow. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. We are rounding that corner. We're coming out of winter, getting closer to spring. We're going to be doing a lot of spring planting here in the next couple weeks. I have a couple videos coming out with tips on peppers, tomatoes, and everything else that we do with our indoor seed starting. So look for those in the next couple of weeks. And as always, I will see you guys next time.